Dirty apping, the controversy of dirty apping, and how good is it really? Welcome to my channel today, where I talk basically about tips and tricks from my experience of 6 years, combining them with recent events to let you know whether the gig economy doing DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart, Sparks is worth it for you or not, if you're curious about it, or if you want to do it, or even if you just want to start out with one app. If you like the content in this video, definitely hit the like button below and subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks on a daily basis to the best of my ability to let you know what's going on in the delivery world. Since that's basically where I concentrate mainly, the delivery world, that's where I'm basically situated. So, dirty apping. Good topic today that I actually chose was dirty apping and greed. Yes, dirty apping and greed. The reason why I say this is because a long time ago in the past, when I was doing deliveries, and I started out the first time doing deliveries, I knew what it was like to do dirty apping. But I didn't understand that there was a structure to it because I was greedy. Because, you have 2 apps or 3 apps and you're saying to yourself, well, I could take all these different restaurant deliveries and take advantage of them. But what you didn't know, especially now if you decide to even attempt to do dirty apping, is that there are ratings. Okay, let's use DoorDash and Grubhub for example, and I have my phone right over here. Just to basically let you know, I did research online for this, and basically I'm going to read to you what I say in my description right here. Dive into the controversial world of dirty apping in the gig economy, where drivers juggle multiple delivery apps to maximize earnings, but often face ethical dilemmas and financial risks. They ain't joking about that. Explore how greed drives this practice, its impact on service quality, and whether it's a strategy worth adopting. Okay? Now, for those people out there that know how to dirty app, God bless you. If you guys are great at it, I'm happy for you. Okay? Me personally, I did dirty apping in the past, about 4 or 5 years ago, which basically led me to develop my strategy of working one market, have all 3 apps on at full strength, and work the time. I was chasing that money way too much. When I saw that I was making like $25 an hour, but if I took this extra delivery over here and I calculated it just right, I may bump my hourly rate up to say maybe $35 an hour or $30 an hour. Okay, let me just take a chance. Let me just try. So on this phone, I normally record on this phone, but I'm going to record on this so I can actually show you what I mean. So here are my 3 apps: Grubhub, Walmart, Sparks, and DoorDash. Okay? So if I turn on DoorDash, and I'm going to use this as an example, DoorDash, I'm not going on, but I'm just turning it on just to show it to you as an example. But then I have Grubhub on, and I'm going to do Grubhub. Let's just say I'm just doing DoorDash and Grubhub. Now in the past, when I used to do dirty apping, and I didn't even know it had a name, it was probably the worst decision I ever did because I lost my privileges on Uber Eats. They will not take me back. Why? Because I didn't know any better. I would grab one order from one store and then grab it from the same store, but they were going in 2 different directions. So here's the one store that I would pick up from. Both orders come in. So you're thinking, oh, I'm maximizing my earning potential. No biggie and shit. But what you don't know, and I think Uber Eats didn't even show where the drop-off was on that one, but DoorDash does. You have to have very tight information on where the drop-offs are, because if you don't do it the right way, you could literally have a drop-off going in this direction and another one going in this direction. And if you take the food from here and you go in this direction and drop off that one for DoorDash, well then you definitely got to take this one down over here and drop it off for Uber Eats. But here was the problem. They could see you on the app. The customer can see where you're going. And I would usually get text messages, hey, why are you going in that direction? What's going on? And I would have to literally tell them or make up an excuse. I'm just dropping off an order. I will be to you right away. But you have to understand that that goes against their policies because they have ratings. And now the ratings on Uber Eats are even stronger than they were 5 years ago. So if you're going to take a chance and do dirty apping, think of it like this. Going back to the scenario right here. You're taking one delivery on this one, and at the same token, you're taking another one on that one. So you're trying to drop off this one while you're holding on to the one that you have in your car. And that food is obviously getting cold because now you have to go in the other direction. Now, sometimes the apps will give you the drop-off point, but if you don't know where that drop point is, and you accepted that offer, and you find out, oh my God, I got to drive out of my way to go drop this off, it becomes a logistical nightmare because now you're letting greed get the best of you because you're thinking in the back of your head, well, you know, I got these two apps going. I can definitely work it. I can definitely make it happen. No. No, listen, if you're doing it and you want to risk it, knock yourself out. But I know what happened with me when I lost Uber Eats. It was very devastating to me because I said to myself, man, it's like, okay, so this doesn't work. And this was even before it was even called dirty apping. I thought it was multi-apping. But the science behind multi-apping is totally different now. Totally different. And I took it into a science that actually works, where it's really multi-apping and not dirty apping. And let me show you how. Let's say you have all three apps on at full strength. That one. Then you turn on Walmart Sparks. Walmart Sparks, if you're in Walmart Sparks, that will always be your primary because they're the ones that pay the most. Okay? If there are bonuses going on like there were this weekend, just to let you know that my recap for the weekend was awesome. I did very well and I beat my numbers from last week, which is great, you know. But when you have bonuses, you obviously don't want to multi-app because you want to grab everything from that one Walmart. I did have some mishaps yesterday, but I still made it through the day and I was still ahead for the week and I'm very blessed and grateful for that. But now, getting back to this. This is multi-apping. This is when you actually keep this on while you're keeping that on. I normally, in essence, when I multi-app, I have all three apps on, but I really take from two. DoorDash and Walmart Sparks. Because number one, remember my strategy. Number one, I have a market. That market is very powerful. It's very strong. Okay? Number two, I have three apps on. I keep them on to see what's coming in. And the secret sauce to it all is the time. You have to put the time in. If you do those three things and you follow that strategy, you are not dirty apping, you are multi-apping. There's a big difference. Now imagine if I was dirty apping Walmart Sparks to DoorDash. So let's say I'm picking something up from Walmart, okay? It'd be $30 for 5 miles. But a nice offer comes in from DoorDash for 2 miles for $15. Great offer. So here I am picking this up, and then I'm going over to DoorDash to pick that up. But I have a certain time limit on this to drop these offers off. And you're being greedy and going to grab another one over here. And now, when you grab that one, you don't know if you're going to be walking into a restaurant where there's going to be a wait. And if there's a wait, guess what's happening? Now the deliveries you got from Walmart Sparks are late. Okay? They're late. Now, you still have to drop that DoorDash one off. You still got to get it to the customer. So after you pick it up, you have to make that your priority. Now you're still waiting with Walmart Sparks. Okay? So once you drop it off, you get it out of the way, wherever it is, 2 miles away. Now you're going to start delivering for Walmart Sparks. But by then you have put in so much time that it's going to impact your ratings on Walmart Sparks. The best thing to do is when you see a scenario like that where you're picking up something from Walmart, going back to $30 for 4 miles, and then you have DoorDash 2 miles for $15. Ignore it. Ignore it. You already got a good one from Walmart. Take that one, run that one. Now listen, there are no guarantees. None whatsoever, okay? You could decline that one, and anything can happen with the Walmart Spark one. It can cancel on you. It's happened to me in the past. But you have to bring order to the way you do this. I would rather have consistency of income over greed. Because with greed, if you mess up just one bit, you will lose one app. You don't want to do that. You want to be careful. You want to make your money. Would you rather make consistently and indefinitely 25 to 30 an hour? Or would you rather do dirty apping and raise your potential to 30 to 35 an hour, but then put yourself at risk that you may get caught, that you may get deactivated? Not even caught, but deactivated. That's even worse. I kid you not. Uber Eats does not want me back. Be careful. Respect these apps. If you're even thinking about dirty apping, if it's even crossing your mind, just create a strategy. I learned from my mistakes. This is why I'm taking my information and I'm giving it to you. It seems that I got a lot of views on dirty apping and I got a lot of comments on dirty apping. And look, I just don't want you guys to make the same mistake I made. But if it wasn't for that mistake, I would never have learned about multi-apping. I would never have learned about establishing a territory, working the time frames, turning it into a really solid, indefinite, consistent income. That's what you want. You want to be able to make sure that you have in your back pocket income streams that you can make consistently if anything possibly happens. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? Dirty apping is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Be careful. And if you're doing it, if you're watching this video right now, I told you everything and I told you my piece on how I feel about it, the pros and the cons. Personally, for me, I don't do it. I take the hours and I work the hours. Okay? Be transparent with yourself. Realize how much you can really make in your market. Don't put yourself at risk. Even if you do it legitimately and all you make is $20 an hour, it is better to make $20 an hour than to make $35 an hour and put yourself at risk getting deactivated. It's a logistical nightmare. I know fortune favors the bold, but dude, be careful, man. That's all I gotta freaking say. When I lost Uber Eats, it was devastating to me because that's another income stream that I lost. If I could have had them right now, it would make me feel good that I still have them. But I had to lose them in order to learn. And even now, their ratings are starting to get a little tough as well, too. Which means that from that, I learned. And every time I multi-app, I do it the right way. That's the essence of being a multi-app hustler, is to be able to know how to manage your apps to create a consistent income stream that gives you the freedom, flexibility, and independence to work when you want to work and make as much money as you want to make. That's what it's all about. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And dirty apping is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Be very, very careful with that. Plus, you're not going to give your 100% to your customers because you're going to be thinking about trying to get that next order to the next customer. You're going to be rushing too fast. You're going to be rushing too fast. You're going to be under a lot of pressure. You're putting that pressure on yourself. That's what I didn't like about dirty apping. I like my day to flow. I like to take my time. I like to know that I'm generating an income stream and I'm working my hours. I got my apps on. There's enough that you have to deal with your apps than to have to put that added pressure on yourself to dirty app. Okay? I'm telling you, it's not worth it. All right? But if you're doing it, that's on you. If you have a science to it and you can make it happen, that's on you. Leave me comments on the below to let me know how it works. But remember, the longer and better the ratings are on these apps for you, the longer you can last on them, the longer you can keep them going. To be able to have the power to pull out your cell phone and start working full time without asking a manager or a temp agency to hire you, and you could do it immediately, is so financially empowering. It's an aphrodisiac. That's all I can say. I know how good I have it, and I know you guys have to know how good you have it when you're doing these delivery apps. Respect them. Okay? Every time when you feel like you want to do a dirty app or when you want to take 2 deliveries at once, just remember, okay, there's enough out there for everyone. It's a vast market. I don't know how your market is, but I know I have this mentality of abundance. There's enough for everyone out there. Even though there's thousands of drivers out there, I know my market is strong. And I know that if I work from this time to this time and I have all my apps on at full strength and I take 1 order at a time, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. And so will you. That being said, subscribe to my channel. I got some links down below on basically any delivery things that if you need them for your car, check them out. They're on Amazon. It is an Amazon affiliate link, so I will get a small commission on that. I really appreciate it. It goes towards the channel. And leave your comments below on dirty apping. Let me know what you guys feel about it. Maybe you have a strategy. Maybe you know how to do it that I don't know about. Okay? I know I got hurt by it. I ain't going to put my other 3 apps at risk for that. Hell no. Okay? I have a system that works for me. Develop a system and it will work for you. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.